Right. Let me see what. Okay. Hey, what's good? Internet, specifically YouTube. I want to show y'all how to do some more stuff. And today we'll be looking at how to make pads from scratch. And this is something I do all the time, so check it out. We'll go through it. So, if you're trying to make pads from scratch, one big thing to know is you want reverb. You want to drown stuff in reverb. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a convolution reverb. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to put that on a MIDI track. On our MIDI track right here. We need to drop our instrument here, but what do we use? What can we use? Well, you can use anything. A thing I like to do a lot is take like breath sounds or choir sounds or things like that. So here, for example, let's look for, I don't know, let's see this black octopus sound. You know what? Look, there's vocals here. So we can just use some vocals. Okay. And we'll drop that instrument right here. And so we have convolution reverb as well. What we'll do is we will right click on this and convert it to a sampler. I like to use the sampler, and right here, we'll put on the info bar, but yeah, we'll go here to sustain loop mode, and that makes it so it'll keep playing back and forth. So basically like a ping pong type of effect. So if we just play it right now, let's see. So we got that. So what if I just want this? So let's trim to right here. And we can go ahead and just, trim, clamp. So that's with the with the choir really dry, no reverb. So let's kind of sound it out. Let's play with some reverbs. See, and it's real simple. Like you can do this with like really anything. Let me see. Let's I don't know, let's grab, do we got anything in this MTV sample pack? Let's see. Vox voice. Do we have anything in here except for these awful fucking
Come on.
I know this is bad. This vocal is kind of funny, but You can really make stuff out of anything. I'm so for real. But you just have to make sure that it's trimmed at a good point, or else you'll have this kind of like strange, broken up sound. I like to do it on the tail of things, so like vocals, etc., etc. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Whoa. Wow. You can make pads out of other pads. Like, there's so many things you can do. Like, seriously, there's so many different things you can do. Let me see. Do I got any stuff in my. Let's see. Even stuff like this. That's some Silent Hill shit for real. Let's see. Just thinking of different things we can use. Okay, check this out. Okay. The tail. See, the tail of things as well. And so I know that some people have trouble with the regular convolution reverb, so we can try this reverb as well. Turn the wet almost all the way up. It's all about that decay though. You really, that decay is huge. But this is how to get them types of effects that you can't really find. Like, you know what I mean? Like you have to do something to make this type of stuff. Like this is the tail of a triangle. like 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 it's cool. Like the process is always pretty cool when you do stuff like this. You can also add a little bit of you can also add a little bit of I would say chorus. Like a chorus effect. Stuff like that. And this is just me playing on the keyboard, like the typing keyboard, like for real, for real. That's how you do it for real. um, I'll go into more detail too. So let's start from scratch. Start from scratch. Delete everything. All right, this one is gonna be a little bit more advanced because I want to show something cool. I'm gonna show something deep. Boom, 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 down, down. So we just use regular, or should we use hybrid reverb? No, we'll just use regular reverb. It's not that big of a deal. All right, y'all, what's good? What's good? I just want to quickly show y'all how to make pads and things of the sort. You can make pads like out of anything. Like, look, what we gonna do right here? Look, we're gonna take a MIDI. We're gonna take a basic reverb, MIDI reverb, and let's try to find. I don't know. We can find anything. Yeah, like a like a triangle. So we'll take a triangle, drop it right here. And again, you could do this with anything, but I'm just showing something, that I like to do. Now, oh yeah, what we'll do is we'll come here and convert this to a sampler. Boom, now we got the sampler. We'll change the sustain mode right here. We'll change this to this one. So loop back and forth. So this is gonna loop back and forth, like back and forth. The original sound is just this. Yeah. So let's find a good place to chop at or trim where it doesn't create that. We can also make this longer too. It doesn't have to be so short. Give it room to breathe. Let's find a better spot. Okay, we'll turn up the decay on the reverb. Turn up the wet. You see what I'm talking about? Okay, and another thing I like to do is I really like to take the multi-band dynamics, drop it on there, boom, and just kind of, this is to help bring more presence into the pads because it gets lost with the reverb when you kind of wash it out. And we'll also lift this up a little bit so we get some of that high end. See how this is getting clearer as I'm turning up the ratio, and then I'm pulling out this band. See how it sounds more muffled when I close it again? When I slide it back open, it gets more clearer in the high end. See? You hear that? You hear how clear that gets? We could also bring that middle up too, that body right there. The mid, we can bring that up. Oh yeah, if you click this button here, it'll capture whatever you played. So that random, those random keys I was playing, we have that right there. Yeah, you see? But yeah, I'm about to start showing y'all everything I know because I realize fully now, like, I like teaching shit. I like teaching like people stuff, So we'll bring that body out. And let me try it on something else too. I'll show you what happens when you put it on like a choir. And choirs are one of my favorite things to sample to make pads because the sound, the choir pad, blah blah blah. Let's see if we got anything in here. Do we got anything? Okay. And I don't know what this is necessarily. Barely heard it, but we're gonna make something out of it. Alright, this, boom, boom. See? See, immediately, something fire, something usable. I want to show you how to do how to make sounds that are usable, or how to manipulate sounds and make them usable in your tracks too. That's a big thing I been looking at too. So. Oh, and one thing you want to do is the biggest thing that I forgot to mention is attack. If you turn up your attack, basically to make the sample fade in slower, that is another way to really stamp it in there and make pads. So I going to turn up the attack so that this doesn't immediately just play like that. We want it to fade and we want it to, you know. So you see what I mean? See? And this is turning up the attack on the volume envelope. See? See? Yes. So here, what we'll do in the next, I guess in the next tutorial or whatever, we'll just put it all together in a device. So you can have a nice, we'll change parameter, we'll automate parameters. And yeah, we'll do a bunch of things like that. But for right now, this is a really good way to get clear, clean, present pads. So first, let me recap. You can take any type of sample, crossfade it slightly so that you're not, so that you have a smooth palette to work with. Set your sustain mode to loop back and forth. Set your decay, turn up your decay. Turn up your dry and wet on the reverb. And then you can use multi-band dynamics to create more presence. And yeah, I think that covers so far. That sounds good so far because this sounds really good. Yeah, and that was just a random sample. I've never heard this sample. So like, yeah, it's usable with like many different things. You can be creative. Start adding, tacking on more effects in here. You know, do what you want. But that's just a basic little tutorial on how to make pads from scratch. Yeah, I know my hair is green, so my green screen is like. But I kind of like this look though. What y'all think? We gonna start doing more stuff though. What y'all think? Is this lit? But yeah, hey, make sure y'all like and subscribe. We went up all the way with subscribers. We went from 603 to 625. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. But yeah, it's me, Zvrra. I will catch y'all later. So y'all have a good night/day, and till the next one.